Gotham City is in ruins, but not completely destroyed. The once great city stands broken, its towering skyscrapers looming like the skeletons of forgotten giants. Amid the shadows and the drifting dust, a new figure watches silently from the heights. Perched atop a crumbling building, the young hero surveys the scene below, his sharp eyes tracing the movements of the criminals that infest the streets. He's been hiding in the shadows for weeks, carefully observing, waiting for the right moment to make his move. But in Gotham, things are never as simple as they seem. The choices made here ripple out like waves, carrying consequences that can't be undone. He knows this, understands the weight of his actions. Involving himself means stepping into a world far darker and more dangerous than anything he's ever known. Yet something deep within him drives him forward. His heart races, not out of fear, but of anticipation. He tightens his fists, glancing down at the city he's sworn to protect, the city that shaped him. A faint whisper in the back of his mind warns him to be careful, to remain hidden, but he shakes it off. Gotham needs him now more than ever. The familiar chill of the night air clings to his skin as he prepares to descend. Every instinct in his body tells him this is the moment. At the same time, miles away, Batman arrives at Wayne Tower. The towering structure stands defiantly against the chaos that consumes Gotham. Batman moves quickly, his boots resonating with each step, echoing through the empty halls of the tower. Every second matters. His heart pounds in his chest as he races towards the master detonator, the only thing that can save Gotham from total destruction. Two-Face has rigged the entire city with explosives, ready to cut it off from the rest of the world. If Batman fails, Gotham will fall under his control, completely isolated, and there will be no one left to save it. Inside the tower, the air is thick with tension. Every corner feels like it's closing in, the weight of the city's fate pressing down on Batman's shoulders. His body is weary, battle-worn, but there's no room for rest. He knows what's at stake. The scars of his past battles tug at his muscles, reminding him of the countless lives he's saved and the many more he's lost. As he approaches the detonator, his fingers graze the cold steel of the console, his mind racing through the possibilities. He's so close. But then, just as hope begins to take shape, a noise from behind shatters the moment. Two-Face's thugs have arrived. The sound of boots hitting the floor reverberates through the tower, and in an instant, Batman is surrounded. The fight is brutal, intense, and unforgiving. The criminals swarm him, fists flying from every direction. Batman fights with everything he has, every punch, every kick, driven by the knowledge that the city's survival depends on him. But there are too many. The thugs come at him relentlessly, knowing that if they can stop Batman, Two-Face's plan will succeed. The lights flicker as the power surges, casting the room in and out of shadow, adding to the chaos. Batman's vision blurs, exhaustion starting to overtake him. He's been through worse, but this time it feels different. He's outnumbered, and for a brief moment, he wonders if this is where it ends. But then, from the shadows, someone else emerges. A figure leaps into the fray, agile and precise. Batman catches a glimpse of a red and green costume before the newcomer lands a swift blow to one of the thugs, sending him sprawling across the floor. It's Robin. The young hero moves with an energy that's almost reckless, but his strikes are calculated, his movements fluid. He takes down one thug, then another, his staff spinning in a blur of motion. Batman, still fighting off the remaining enemies, pauses for a split second, watching in disbelief. This isn't the same boy he once knew. This Robin is different, stronger, faster, more determined. The fight continues, but now the odds are shifting. Robin's youthful energy and sharp instincts give him the upper hand. Together, he and Batman take down the remaining thugs one by one, until the room is silent once more, save for their heavy breathing. Batman wipes the sweat from his brow, his mind racing. This boy has potential, there's no denying that, but he's still young, still inexperienced. After the fight, Robin steps forward. He approaches Batman slowly, his eyes filled with a mix of determination and defiance. The tension between them is palpable, the weight of unspoken words hanging in the air. Batman's cold, calculating gaze meets Robin's, and for a long moment, neither of them speaks. The silence is deafening. broken only by the distant hum of Gotham's dying city. Finally, Batman speaks, his voice low and stern. "This isn't a game. You could die out here." His words are sharp, intended to cut through the young man's bravado. But Robin doesn't flinch. He stands tall, his fists clenched at his